Hey guys, Bumbles here with another New World video, and today we're going to go over patch notes 1.0.4, which rolls out a couple big things as well. It has a ton of bug fixes and a ton of quality of life changes, and it looks really good. I'm kind of hyped for this because it does bring in Outpost Rush as well. So we will be seeing that back into the mix, and I can't wait to jump into a few of those, as well as has a ton of great bug fixes that we're going to jump right in. If you guys like this video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And don't forget to hit the bell, see when new episodes do come out and when we do go live. So let's jump right in, guys. The patch notes 1.0.4. All right, so for our intro here, we basically just have like an introduction being like, hey, thank you guys for sticking through all these fixes. And basically just kind of goes through the official forums, all that. And then you can find the full list of changes and fixes below. But first, we like to start a plan with our Outpost Rush. So Outpost Rush and server transfers rollout plan. So after downtime required, we will re-enable Outpost Rush, which I'm kind of hyped for. I really want to jump into this. Hopefully we'll get to do that today in the live stream. If not, then we'll definitely have a video of it probably in the next couple days, I would assume. Because we are level 60, we do have a squad on our company that are looking to do this. So hopefully we can jump right in and see what we can do with this. So server transfers, US West will be enabled at 2 a.m. PT when downtime for 1.0.4 is complete. After we monitor server transfers in the US West, we will ensure no issues are encountered. We will re-enable it for the remaining regions at 2 p.m. PT. No server restarts are required. So this should see a little bit more transfers today. So hopefully we'll have a couple more transferring people between servers today and tomorrow. Expect a queue time, but last I knew we had queue times. It was super quick. I think 200 queue time took about 3 minutes. So it wasn't that bad, and it was actually pretty quick. So don't be discouraged by the number. Just look at the time. Roughly last time was about 200 people for every 3 minutes. So Outpost Rush. South America will be 2 a.m. PT. US West will be 10 a.m. PT. And then US East will be 12 p.m. PT. So looking at about 3 p.m. EST. So that is when a bunch of our people start getting on. So hopefully we can get a full squad on to go do Outpost Rush. That'd be super fun. Kind of looking forward to this. See how this goes. See how the balancing went. Because I know in the initial beta when this stuff came out, it was a little rough from what I understand. Our goal is to adhere to the schedule above, pretty much saying that the game should not have any downtime for this, that it should just be able to be a feature that is acquired at some point. So hopefully this works out. I'm kind of excited to jump into this. So general changes: remove the Everfall starting beach to funnel new players to the other 3 locations: First Light, Monarch's Bluff, and Windsward. I'm okay with this. I think Everfall is too centralized and too popular to have a starting area in. Not many people like Monarch's Bluff and First Light. They more like Windsward and Everfall. So having Everfall as the favorite town, also a starting town, is kind of rough. There was an issue with the first house discount, reducing the price but not reducing taxes. However, the UI indicated the players of taxes would be reduced, and it was only after purchasing the house and needing to pay taxes that they discovered that they had to pay full price. We will compensate any player that had these house fix before the UI fix went out by 2,000 coins. So we will get a little bit of a reimbursement for this. I don't know if this is 2,000 gold coins in-game or this is 2,000 store coin. I'm not 100% sure. I did have 11,000 when I jumped on today. I can't remember what I had on last night. I'm sure this will be a thing that kind of happens as the day goes on. You may just show up 2,000 coins either in the store or in-game richer. They slightly improved the performance of Within Wars. This is what they did last patch, of trying to come up with a system that they can better look into this. The last war and invasions we had yesterday didn't have any lag. We do have 2 more invasions today, and I think a war today. So we will see how it goes on there. So slightly improved the performance of the life staff, with changes to the passive abilities Mending Touch and Blissful Touch. We don't know if this is a nerf or a buff. It's just saying that there were changes to the passive abilities. So not 100% sure. I'll have to get the life staff out and see for myself. In update 1.0.3, we corrected the bug causing issues companies to lose income. So this will be reimbursed. So all companies will be reimbursed if they got shorted. The revenue return will not exceed the treasury cap, however. So if you are already at cap and they do have to reimburse you, it will not go above cap. We fixed the faction token cap by 50% for each faction tier. We made this change so that players can earn extra tokens even if they've hit the reputation cap and want to save up while working to advance to the next faction rank. Here are a few of the new values. So essentially it's literally half plus the original. So if you had 5,000, you now have 2,500. If you had 10,000, you now have 15,000, and so on. General bug fixes. So first one, pretty much issue with the faction caps were not increasing after players had completed their rank up quest. I personally had this bug because it's probably one of the most recent bugs I've ever had. It wasn't that big of a deal to me. I don't really buy faction gear. I generally have just higher gear than normal, than the faction gear offers right now, so I don't really buy. I usually buy potions, chisels, and the converter kits. Fixing a rare issue causing world time to skip ahead or behind. This is mainly for taxes and all that kind of stuff. For the most part, time doesn't matter too much. This also matters for recalls as well. Fixing issues causing players to fixing issues to cause players of losing houses of owned in Cutlass Keys. I don't know anyone who had a house in Cutlass Keys. Wasn't a big place for any of us. We're mainly looking at Brightwood, Morningdale, and Ebronscale, depending on taxes. So currently trying to look at that as well. So maybe we'll be buying another house here soon, guys. Fix several rare server crashes. We did have quite a few people that had server crashes, so hopefully this fixed those issues. Fixed an issue with the suspension/ban notification showing incorrect times. Fixed an issue where players could use their world transfer token while they still had an active trading post contracts, causing additional issues when the transfer resolved. This is probably why we saw transfers go down in the first place, so hopefully this has been fixed. Fixed an issue with Merkgard corrupted portals and Shattered Mountain were distributing higher tier gear than intended and responding faster than intended. From what I understand, this has been re-enabled, so the portal should be back up and working as of right now. Fixed an issue causing an unintended animation when interacting with the bubbling cauldron housing item, and an issue causing the ladle sub-object to not appear in the player's hand while interacting. I had this as my guy looked like he was just kind of like stirring nothing. And I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a prop, so I'm not too worried about that one. Fixed the issue of Star Metal and Orichalcum. Aura veins were large. Aura veins were rewarding small amounts. The small veins were rewarding large amounts. I was always curious about this. I didn't know if this was intentional or a bug. I thought this was just like, oh, this is late game. Let's just like kind of flip it to meme on our players. I just assumed that it was that way for a reason. Fixed an issue where war lottery timer would not pause correctly during the war lockout period. Fixed the render distance jack-o'-lantern pumpkin items. Again, this is a house item, so I'm not too worried about this kind of stuff. Fixed an issue with the Starstone Barrows expedition when the arcane protection was not protecting players to the lasers. This is that thing when you take the Azoth staff and hold it up and it gives you that shield. That wasn't giving you the protection, so when you walked through, it would just kill anyone walking through the laser except the holder, which was kind of a pain in the butt. We never personally had it. However, we do know a couple people in our company that did have this. Fixed an issue with certain enemies in the Amarine excavation were invulnerable. Personally never saw this, never even heard of it, so this must have been a very rare instance. Fixed an issue with the ice pylon would stay on infinite cooldown. This was a really big issue. I'm assuming this is probably why a lot of ice gauntlets have kind of stayed away for a little bit, probably because of this. They didn't want to risk this in PvP or in a boss fight. They didn't want to risk the pylon not being able to be used. So we'll probably start seeing a lot more ice gauntlets now. We did not see as many the last couple weeks because of this. There was current issues with the pylon multiple times, so hopefully this has been fixed. Fixed an issue where players could obtain rings that had 2 perks sharing an exclusive perk label. It shouldn't exist on the same ring. Rings, I believe, are only supposed to have 1 perk in 1 stat, or 2. I think they can have 2 stats. It's just super rare, but for the most part, they're only supposed to have 1 perk. Fixed an issue causing the projectile to be absent from an ice gauntlet and an ice pylon attacks. We did have this quite a bit just running normal PvP missions. You would just kind of get hit by something and not even see or hear anything, and it would be an ice gauntlet. So glad this has been fixed, because in a PvP, it's hard to see where that stuff's coming from, especially if they're laying down in a bush and you can't see them. So speculative fixes. Fixed the war exploit where players could cause a AoE attack to capture rally points without taking damage. This was an exploit that was used by a lot of people. I know a ton of people were using this on our server. I know we basically banned a entire company because of it, because they all ran in with ice gauntlets with that ability, basically broke the war. As far as we know right now, that they have been completely banned from our server. They are no longer there. They were super toxic and otherwise, so I'm glad this has been fixed. We've had fixed several known causes of players becoming invulnerable. This is especially annoying in PvP missions. Essentially, someone can sit there and take on 10-15 people and not care because they're invulnerable, and everyone sit there attacking and wondering why this guy's not losing health, because it wouldn't show up as the invulnerable tag. He would just not take damage. So this was kind of frustrating in PvP missions. But yeah, so that is all of the patch notes. It looks like this is going to be a really good kind of combination. I'm kind of excited to see how this patch goes, if this fixes most of these issues and these do stay fixed. I know that they are trying to nail out all of the bugs first before they start releasing content. So the faster we get out the bugs, hopefully the faster we start getting content, because they don't want to add on new issues with current issues. They would rather just nail out all the current issues, get this game to be flawless, and then start releasing content as we go. So guys, a lot of great bug fixes, UI stuff, outpost rush is coming back, server transfers will be re-enabled. A lot of great stuff in this patch. I'm super hyped for this patch to see how well this does and see what the overall performance changes are. I'm excited to see what war is like and invasions are like now. Hopefully they get fixed. I'm really excited to jump into Outpost Rush today. We'll probably get a squad today during live stream to go ahead and jump in. So if you're watching this today, go ahead and jump in the live stream, see what we're doing. We maybe run Outpost Rush. Who knows? Let's jump right in, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye. Deuces, y'all.